Hello, and welcome back after a long hiatus to the Femnem channel. I am Femnem, and today we are going to do another installment of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. So let's just hop right in. Now, it's been quite a while. Um, I've had a lot of just life stuff happen in the past month and a half or so. Um, so yeah, haven't been able to really get into opening up another game to post a video about recently, unfortunately. But hopefully we can just hop right back into it now, since it has been quite a minute. Um, just a little bit of a refresher. We're doing a Inciter Skald build, focusing a lot on sort of persuasion and coercion, so to speak, for lack of a better term. Um, and we have a few companions in mind that we want to utilize. Um, and a refresher for me as well as anybody that might be watching long term. So I'm just looking through the character sheet to kind of just refresh myself, see where I'm at, see like the kinds of things I'm specking into, and going from there. Okay, so it doesn't look like I've chosen any weapon focuses quite yet. I know that I was using this character to do sort of a midline attacker, so they would be behind the tanks, just because having a like more squishy sort of person that can attack from a little bit of a distance, but still be able to support that front line is pretty invaluable. You know, I played through that um, sort of like idea in Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, and it was very, very effective. Okay, so it's just like kind of brushing off the cobwebs here, trying to figure out where I even was last time. It was a little bit challenging, but let's see. That could be a fun one.
I'm gone.
So I think I'm gonna go do that because I do like Fulgif as a character, at least so far. I don't know what the details of his story are quite yet, because for the first few times that I got this far in the game, I did not even know if he was a companion that you could go and get. Just never went into the basement of the first little hub area that you get. There it is. It's very close. Okay. This might be the sneak snare. Maybe we can see. There.
I can hear your footsteps. Pull me out.
Might be treasure.
Hello?
Might be treasure.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Free at last. I thought I'd be flattened like a pancake under that rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is still foggy for some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? The name's Finian. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will.
Okay, so this was part of the lore that I actually did not know. It's because I was not familiar with Pathfinder before playing this game. Um, Pathfinder Society is a globe-spanning organization based in Absalom. Membership consists primarily of Pathfinders, adventurers who travel through Galarian, usually inconspicuously, and explore, delve, otherwise experience the lesser-seen parts of the world. They send journals documenting their travels back to their adventure captains, who also assign them new missions and suggest new places to explore. Most exciting and illuminating of these journals are compiled in the Pathfinder Chronicles, an ongoing series of books that collect the history and mystery of Galarian for its membership and the general public. That's cool.
That's right, Finian Dismar, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wound wherever my tasks lead me. Scouting mostly, but this last while I've just been hanging around in Canabras, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes for better lodging than some inn. What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from, is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Kelets of the Star Eye clan fled when the World Wound troubles began. But I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. Or did you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I am best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me phantom blades. It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and it can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up space either. Although, to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places, and they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave few survivors. Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. And then the guards came, everyone was running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. If there are demons in Canabras, we must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone. And besides, the more the merrier. I've been waiting here so long, I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders, but it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here. I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word.
That's super cool. What the hell? Is he even gonna be? Okay, let's see. Hmm. It said in my inventory. Oh, wow, like any weapon. Okay. Let's see. We got Merchant Terror, Glaive. Right, it is alphabetical. Okay. Wonderful. Well, I guess does anybody else need a super duper special weapon? Okie dokie.
Let us be careful.
Moving on.
Tread lightly.
The formerly well-appointed shop now looks a sorry state. It has been completely ransacked. Lying in the corner next to a scorched wall are the soot-covered shards of a clay golem's head. The golem's eyes glow in the gloom. Master code word. No. 56. Okay.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Let's head out.
Red hair, green cloak right there. Alright, just have to. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, sure, chickens. Oh, ooh, a vault key. Let's see if something around here is locked.
My tail
I
is
guess
twitching.
that's locked.
Must be a sign. This is my kind of work.
Is the chest booby trapped? Let's find out. It's pretty sick. These two are probably almost always going to be ranged. I actually want to use her character-wise. I don't particularly plan on keeping Nenio around. Oh,
Something wrong? I'm here. Where else would I be? Don't mind me.
well, that is what it is.
Let us be careful.
Hell yeah. Get to do some combat finally.
Tread lightly.
The light.
Be
Take
careful,
you.
everyone.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Yeah, no. I don't really have much of an option though, do I? Continue. I'm thinking I'm gonna make today's video just kind of short and sweet, just to
I'm gone.
kind of try to maintain consistency, not do a incredibly long video. And where is my Jeff? He hangs around. Yeah, he hangs around back there. Cool. Save.
Psst, look, Chief, I got something to show you. Ta-da! A real beaut, isn't it? Since that night, Chief, Melround didn't even set eyes on it. While he was dealing with the golem, I sneaked past them, and that was that.
Yeah.
Thieves have their ways.
Prison pocket.
Oof, that cuts me deep, Chief. You and I saw who the traitor was. It's just that when we robbed the shop, I went in first and took what I wanted. Nothing wrong with that. Although, of course, I did think about hiding the moon and just taking myself off somewhere warm when all this blows over. But only because I want to see the world. Is it a crime to want to travel? Huh? Is that what counts for treachery these days? Why, she asks. It's expensive, pretty. And you know, it's my amulet, actually. Not meaning I stole it, but I mean, this is my inheritance. My grandma and I were poor. All we had was a jewelry box with the moon in it. She used to store it under the floor in the basement, and she'd take it out sometimes just to look at it. She was always nicer when she had a few drinks in her, so I could ask her things then. One time I asked where she got it from, and she said it was from a demon. You know, the demon who was my grandfather. He said the moon was to be passed down. My ma was good for nothing and nobody, so that's why Grandma decided to keep the amulet for me. She used to say it would be mine when I grew up. But she couldn't wait until I grew up. She squandered my inheritance when she became a drunk. Took it to Fileman's shop and pawned it. He gave her some coppers for it, and she didn't even haggle. Just grabbed them and ran back to the tavern before last orders. I've been going to Fileman's to look at the moon ever since I was a kid. He chased me away, but I just kept going back, so eventually he gave up. He didn't skimp on security. The place was like a fortress, so he wasn't worried about a street rat like me pinching anything. Even when I got more skilled, I couldn't get any closer to it. One day, I had no one to go with. Another day, there were only oafs who'd never stolen anything more than a church donation box. But when Charisme had planned everything out, I realized I had a chance to get the moon and move away from here. Maybe to Garand. I hear it's warmer there. I've stayed with the family for too long.
I don't really like either of these options that I would go with for pure role-playing reasons. I'm like between. I'm on his side. They were gonna fucking kill him for just taking one thing. They had a whole shop of crap that they could have stolen and sold, but I don't know.
Family, friends. You know, some people don't believe in gods, so gods don't exist for them. And I don't believe in family. All that heartwarming talk about sticking together. Ugh. People like to say those things, but when push comes to shove, Sister Charisme used to say that us tieflings were one family, and you see how that turned out. And did you hear that excuse for an apology? I did the right thing, and I was right to want to run when I just planned on stealing the Moon of the Abyss. Everything turned out as it should.
I can fix him.
Whatever you think, I owe you. I'm not just a thief, I have my own business selling things. Thanks to you, I'm still in the family, and we have the black market sewn up in this city. It's a good way to sell valuables. So, if you need anything, a scroll or something, just say the word. I have a little portal to our people in Nerosian. You put a note there, and you get what you need. I can't get you anything big, but what they do have is all high quality. Nothing's too good for you, Chief. What's mine is yours. For a price, of course.
Okay, I already read through all of these. This is really hype. It's so cool. Okay. Kind of basic, but nice. There's a lot of chaotic creatures in the game, so I can see that being very useful. Also very cool. Eh, some good stuff. Definitely lots of throwables and tools, so can definitely see getting some of this stuff later, but just not right now.
Follow my steps.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna sort of call it there. I know it was very brief, but I did like kind of want to get into a few of the different things. that I've been up to over this past month and a half. So I was very, very slammed at work, and eventually I got like super burnt out, and the conditions at work were just not really lining up with a safe and comfortable place to work. So once I sort of brought those things up, I got fired, um, which was kind of devastating. You know, I'm trans, and it's not very easy to find somebody who is willing to give me a job. So, you know, I kind of feel like after they fired the guy that hired me about a month and a half before I was essentially fired, I kind of knew my time there was coming to an end. So, you know, I've just been sort of taking a step back, taking some time to myself, sort of exploring my options. Um, and I have been playing other games. Like I played through Abiotic Factor, and I started a second run through of that, and Core Keeper, and a little bit of Disco Elysium recently. So I've been playing a lot of stuff just to keep, you know, all of the sort of despair and depression from becoming super overwhelming. Um, I have a little bit of savings, but for the most part, I've been looking for something in my actual field for um about 6 months now, while I've been working at I worked at a bakery. While I was working at the bakery, um, and it's just I haven't found anywhere that would even give me a call back, um, or even an email back, not even a text back. It's like I'm just sending out resumes into a void, right? Um, I don't really know what to do. So I've been like trying to come up with other solutions. And working at the bakery did kind of like teach me that I really enjoy working with my hands, right? Um, like doing handcrafted stuff. And I think I wouldn't mind trying to do that with um, sort of a business venture, like just very small, like sort of Etsy shop type of thing. Um, it's not something I've done before, and the startup cost for it would be sort of kind of a big ask if I can't find the audience I would need to find to be successful, or at least have it provide me with some kind of income. So whether or not I will actually start up that shop and start using that as a source of income is very tenuous at best. Um, but who knows? You know, stranger things have happened. Um, yeah, I I don't know what's gonna become of this channel. Um, you know, every day it's a question of whether or not I have energy to do the kinds of things I need to do. Like I've been so like just distraught that I haven't been eating, I haven't been really sleeping, and I also just feel like physically ill. a lot of the time. And when I don't, then I get productive and I like clean, cook, apply to places, try to like really consider how to move forward from where I've been left. It's not easy, but hopefully I figure something out. But I don't know. There's just a lot of rhetoric around employing trans people that I don't know if I'm going to be able to find anything that isn't just self-started work. Hence the Etsy shop idea. Seems to be pretty successful for some people. So if I can become proficient at what I want to do, I've got a much better feeling about that than trying to find like a customer service job, which I don't think I would be able to function at all in. I'm not very sociable, so I definitely could not do like customer facing stuff. I've tried doing it in the past and I can't do it for more than like a few months. It's just incredibly nerve-wracking. I mean, the bakery job was nerve-wracking. They really just ring out everybody that works there and expect them not to have an adverse reaction to that, you know? I wasn't even asking for much. Just like not to put things in the way of exits and things like that, but it's a whole thing. And I don't want to talk too much about it because I might have a pretty good case, but we'll see. Um, I'm rambling. I know I'm rambling, but if you enjoy the channel and, you know, keep an eye on it. I might have some pretty cool things in store depending on what I'm able to make work, you know. But aside from that, that is, kind of the end of the video. I'd like to thank you if you stuck with it after this point. I would really like to thank you. Um, it means a lot that somebody is taking the time out of their day to sit and um, enjoy this game with me. It's a really good time, and I put it off for way too long. But yeah, I a lot of stuff is up in the air, but I definitely hope to continue making more videos, particularly with Pathfinder. Killing Stone and Felvidic, I don't know if those are going to be on the docket anymore, but I do like the cooking ones, and those seem to be pretty popular. Um, and I think having a YouTube channel for Pathfinder is going to help me at least keep coming back to it, because I have like a reason to keep coming back to it. Um, I feel like that's really helpful for me because I get like really scatterbrained and sidetracked when it comes to games, and I just like look out and I see all of these great indie games that are coming out like almost every day, it feels like, and there's just so many good ones. It's more than I could ever really feasibly accomplish like playing all of these games that I want to play in even a lifetime, at least to a degree that I would like to complete them towards. Sometimes completion is not the goal, you got like a bunch of roguelikes that I just sort of passively play. Um, but yeah, I think I really just enjoy talking about games quite a bit, so I'm probably going to, maybe have these end of video sort of rant things. That way, if anybody doesn't want to listen to me, like just talk about me or video games or the things that I'm like interested in aside from just Pathfinder, they can wait until the end of the video or the end of the playing, and then if they don't want to stick around to listen to that, they can just leave at that point, which I think is you know pretty nice, especially since I sort of tend to be a little bit more quiet in the actual playing of this game now because reading out every unvoiced piece of dialogue is it's like reading out an unabridged version of like the Count of Monte Cristo. It's a lot for someone who can't really talk all that proficiently after a certain point. My tongue tends to get really tied, and I don't know, maybe a different game would be more appropriate, something that like kind of engages people that might be unable to, you know, be fully attentive on the screen at all times to read it. Somebody that might just want to passively absorb what I'm doing here, um, which is a totally valid way of, you know, experiencing the story, I think. But yeah, I'll stop rambling now. But again, thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.